And so I was really, really desperate at this point. And the doctor offered me a medication, and you would assume that they would provide something a little bit lightweight, but this guy instead goes right for a benzodiazepine, Ativan, and which I didn't know how serious benzodiazepines were, which I wish I did. I have a family member that struggled with them. Two family members, actually, that got injured from them. But I didn't really know anything about them. So he pulls out like two pills, I think, into a little cup, tiny little cups. And I had health issues growing up. And so I'm like, well, I better be careful. Let me break this up and try to take a lower dose just to be safe, because it is a drug and I want to be safe. It's like a half an hour in. I'm taking low doses, waiting for an effect to feel so that way I don't get hurt or anything. The doctor got frustrated with me. He said I'd give more to a baby, take the full dose, or get out of my ER. And so I'm panicking, not able to sleep. I think it was in the middle of the night, not knowing what to do. Or close to the middle of the night. And so I took the full dose, and I just left. That was it. I just felt so pressured, didn't have any options. Took the dose, didn't even feel anything yet. I was in the car with my father. He stopped at a drive-through restaurant to get some food for himself. And then out of the blue, suddenly like my spatial awareness started closing in on me. And then my hands started feeling like cotton, really strange feeling. And I'm like, okay, that's whatever. Didn't bug me too much, but it was kind of bizarre. I went home, sat up, and fell asleep, and I just considered it a win. And so then I kept taking that to help me sleep. But nobody once ever warned me that there would be side effects. So I like thought it was like a miracle at the time, getting some sleep for once, and it was helping with pain a little bit. And then the medication ran out, and I'm like, I can't sleep again. I'm struggling again. What do I do? I think I went back to the ER and said I ran out and I'm still having a hard time sleeping. Still confident that somebody's going to figure out the injury, and nothing was figured out. And so they prescribed it again. They said, well, I think they said at this point, maybe go see a doctor to get prescriptions. Anyway, so long story short, I ended up getting stuck on the medication for like a month or two. And out of the blue, I just start groaning like crazy, really loud groaning. Everybody that's following me on X will have seen those videos of the groaning. I'm literally curled up. My bed's right here, so I'm looking at it. I'm curled up with my knees up to my chest, groaning, just darn near screaming. And thankfully, I was doing some singing lessons before this, so I was having involuntary groaning in pitch, so I never really lost my voice. It was almost like a serious blessing that I didn't lose my voice. But it would be hours and hours and hours of just this agonizing groaning and this pain in my head. I ended up, gosh, I haven't thought about this stuff in a long time. I ended up calling a friend, and he would just sit on the phone for hours. He was one of my best friends at the time. And he would just be on the phone. There's nothing he could do. And he hears me screaming, basically. And I'm yelling to my mom at some point about it. I'm like, it's the pills. It's the pills. What else could it have been? Sleep deprivation doesn't make somebody groan for hours and hours. And so thankfully my mom does some research online and she found it pretty quick. It's probably because I was groaning and grunting. So she probably searched that. And we found out that it was akathisia. Got really lucky, but symptoms just kept getting worse.